Well, hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up CorelDraw so that you can work very efficiently and how to customize everything so that you can design very fast. I get asked this question a lot of times about how come I can design stuff so quickly, and it's pretty much basically, it has to do with the way that my computer is set up. I've got a new laptop, so I just went through and set it up. And I'm now working in Corel 2017, and I thought this would be a good video to do. I know I've done a one on desktop setup before, but if you want to really get into Corel, this is going to be the first of a series of videos that I'm going to do that's going to really just show you how powerful Corel is. So let's jump right into it. If you'll notice, my desktop does not look like any other desktop that you've seen set up in Corel. It is fully customized just for me, for what I do for screen printing and digital printing and whatnot. So the first thing I'm going to show you is when I open up my workspace, I automatically open up to 13 by 19. All of this stuff we're going to go through, but I've got, starting from left to right, print, save. This is collect for output. If once I design something, I can save it. And instead of hitting save, I hit collect for output. That saves the font file, the PDF file, the color, whatever color mode I did, and it also saves it in a CorelDraw file. And then we've got copy, paste. I set my desktop up so that I can get to different little things that I do every day on an everyday basis. Like, you're going to be grouping and ungrouping, copying and pasting, things like that. So that's what I do. This is delete. You've got enhance, snap to pixel, my simple wireframe, overprint, simulate overprint is here, overprint the fill, power clip inside, you name it. Overprint outline. So it's a bunch of stuff here, as well as my search content. If I'm trying to search for a file, I can search it from here versus searching it going into my file menu and hitting import and save, and I can see what I've got. And this is just my macro manager and my import, export, PDF, all that type of stuff, zoom the pages and things like that. Now over here I've got some nice stuff. See this symbol. Oh, I just went blank. This one will open up, will take away any palettes that I have. This one will actually open up palettes. So I can open a Pantone palette, and this one closes the palettes. This will show me the property bar, and that takes it. Go back. So that took away my property bar, okay? So now I'm just going to right click and put that back. I didn't realize I don't have an option there to put my property bar back, so I'll probably install that. And this is just my toolkit, a toolbox. I've got different stuff here. What I've got here is my registration template, which is great, with my registration marks, and my men's template. If I want to do a mock-up on screen, I can do that, and I'll show you that in just a second. But before I do, I'm going to show you some other stuff. Let's go here to, let's say I'm just going to type something, text, and just do this really quickly. Oh, select the text. Come on. There we go. So I've got text here, and I've got all types of text options that I've customized this to. I've got my bold and italicize and you know, all that stuff. But other things that I have is I've added a spell checker. I can go in, edit the text from here. I can convert my text to all caps from right here. I can change my case, title case. So different things that I can do. And if I had an object here, for example, there we go. I can select this text and I can hit fit to path and put that text on the path real quick. So it's a lot of different things that all of this different stuff that we can do. Let's make this, let's go in and take this text and go to impact. Use impact font. So I've got impact font here. I can easily go in, add a contour to this, bump up my levels. I've got my recorder on over here so I can't see. Try to move that so I can do that at 3 levels. Okay. And I'm going to do an outside contour. Go in. Computer moves slow when I'm recording, so here we go here. Change that. Just go back here and make that 3 to the outside and apply it. And I've got a contour there. So quick things like that that you can do with your text, different levels. Extrude, I can do an envelope here if I wanted to. It's just all kinds of things that we can do. And let me go back, make that a regular text, and then I'll go into envelope and hopefully that'll open up. And you're going to have presets, so you can go here. Gonna hit apply. That'll do that. So it's different ones that you can do, and you can also create your own different envelopes. So this is kind of showing you different things that you can do really, really quickly. And as you go in, you notice that this top level changes so you can do different stuff. Now I've also, even to this side of my toolbox, I've got basically things that I'm going to use. So I've went in and I've edited that. And down here at the bottom, I've added some really, really cool features. For example, so we've got my fill. I can bring that up really fast. I've got an outline. If I wanted to put an outline on this text. And close up some of this other stuff because Corel's moving pretty slow with this recorder on. I may have just frozen up, guys. Looks like it. Okay, it's just moving slow. So that's that edit field that I was clicking on, and I'm just going to click cancel. Got my points here where I can put my outlines on there, and then I can change the outline down here real quick by doing something like this. So all of that type of stuff you have right at your fingertips. Makes Corel very, very easy to use. No outline, no fill. And then also have here, if I click this, this will select all objects. I can select different things, you know, really fast. Duplicate the objects and boom. So I can do a duplication really quick. All this stuff just helps me. When you customize, it just helps you, um, you know, work really fast. Got this tool, Replace Wizard, which would be find and replace colors. If I want to find and replace a color, and I had a bunch of different colors of black, and I want to replace it to one color, I could do that. And then we've got copy and paste, group and ungroup. All of that's down there. The cool thing I have here is this will bring everything to the center of the page. So let's say if I'm, see here, I'm just going to ungroup that. And now that I've got that ungrouped, I'm going to click the circle, and now that's centered in the center of the page. I can also click this one. It's centered in the center of the page. I've got lock and unlock. Let me let that kind of maneuver a little bit. I've got break apart. If I want to break apart the text and bring to the front, take it to the back, things like that. Really, you know, real simple things like that that I can do. And the really, really cool thing that I can do that I really do love is creating macros. And you know, you may not know what macros are because most people don't, or they don't talk about them. But let's say if I'm doing this little design and I wanted to print it out, I can easily just click here, get my registration, and it's working. I'm going to click here and hit to page so that you can see that those registration marks are actually on the page. So now I've got registration marks on the page, and I can move. Let me just select all. I can still move all of oh, sorry y'all. Set to the back of the page. Just gonna move this up. Even though you can see this at the front of, even though you can see this layer, it's not going to print. And the only thing that is going to print is going to be, and I'm going to actually leave that there so that you can see that you don't have to move that forward. I'm going to leave that there. So the only thing that would print on here, let me zoom out, would be your registration marks. And let's just go to print and see if we can get a print preview of this. And if you needed to edit your registration marks, you'd go into your object manager and edit that, and I'll show that in a second. So this brings this up, you see that? And so you can go in there, and the only thing you'll have is your actual registration mark. So I've got 11 by 17, auto select, let's do it like this here. Okay, so I can see that top 2 registration mark. For some reason I can't see, oh, because I'm on the wrong paper size. This actually sets your registration mark at on 11 by 7 on a 13 by 19 inch sheet. You can easily go in, unlock your registration marks, and move them to where you need them to be. And this little mark, I need to go on there and take that off. But that you can easily go in and let me select this object manager over here. This is where your registration marks and your layers are. So you could go in and click on registration marks here, and then you could go in and move everything, whatever you needed to move on that. So The other thing that you can do is, let's say if you want to put this design right here on a let's see, you want to put this on a t-shirt. Then we just click over here, over to the side where nothing's selected, and we're going to click on this little mock-up which says Latana's Edible T-shirt template found at latana.com. So you click that, and that will bring up a men's template. And it's there. You cannot see it, so you're going to zoom in and then just zoom back out, and it will be there, that template for you. You can add as many different templates as you like. Let's do that. Back again. I want to move this. I don't have a regular mouse. I'm going to click and ungroup this. I'll ungroup it down here. Okay, now it should be ungrouped. This just does not want to move for me. I can take this and raise this up, and then I can just move this down to the back of the page, and I'm going to hit to not show that again, and then I could move this stuff around how I wanted it to be, you know, on the t-shirt, so that I could show my customer the design that I'm doing. And so I could do all of that type of stuff, which just makes it really easy for me to maneuver really fast and do stuff. And I'm going to show you, now I'm going to go in and show you how I did all of this. Now that I've showed you this, we'll show you how I do this. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to customize Corel, and you're going to go into options. And if you have version before 2017, you're just going to go into options. But for me, I'm going to be able to go into customize, and I can do a little bit more customizations than most people can. So let's go in, let's customize this, let's show you how this gets going. And you've got your workspace, your appearance, and this just goes to size. I make mine at 125 so I can see. You can choose your themes, customize your colors. I've got I like my little my window border here around my page. I don't like for it to be white, because if I'm doing something with white ink and I want to move it over to the side, I still want to be able to see it. So that's why I do that. And then my theme, I chose the dark theme. You can choose a light theme, and let's just show you the different themes. So that's a light theme, which is basic CorelDraw. And then we've got here, we've got a darker theme, and then you have the black. Okay, so you got different themes that you can choose. And I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want any of that to save. And then I'm going to go back in because I've already got all of my stuff set up. So I don't want to mess it up. Just want to show you. So let's go here. So we're back down here to appearance. So those things we've already went over. And now you're at CorelDraw. You can tell Corel to start a new document, open an existing document, all of that stuff. So if I wanted to open my registration template, I could open Corel on my registration template versus me using a macro to open it. That's basically up to you. And then you've got your undo levels, which I put up to 150 because you know you can be working and then you do something and you don't like any of it and you need to go back, you know, 100 times, so you can do that. You've also got on my, I'm using a 2-in-1, so I've got a tablet mode, so I can use a different desktop mode, switch between page layout and touch. Right now I'm working, this is page layout, and I can work in touch mode. Got my display here, options, and I don't mess with any of that. I just like everything to be on enhanced view. Edit, and you can go through all of these. I'm not going to go through all of them with you. I can go down to text, and I may want to do automatic text switching. All of this looks fine to me, so I'm going to keep on going. Here's my toolbox, which has all of the different tools in it that'll pop up. It's moving slow, but where you really want to get to is customization and commands. So when you go into commands and you click on command, you will have all types of stuff pop up. Right now I have my macros popped up because I was creating those macros to put on the desktop. But let's say if you go into fill and outline, just give that a chance to pop up. You've got all of these little options here that you can go in and choose. For example, so all of these, this no outline that's down here, you just click that and drag it down. And you just have to take your time and go through them and find the things that you use all of the time. As I'm going through and I'm working on something, I'll go in and I'll say, oh, I need to go ahead and just save me a little icon there, a little shortcut for me to do that. You can also, to anything in CorelDraw, you can hit, if you like to use shortcut keys versus using, you know, these little symbols and whatnot to help you find the little icons to help you find what you're trying to do, you can create shortcut keys. So I can create a shortcut key to bring up my whatever that I'm trying to do, to ungroup, group, all of that stuff. So I can use my shortcut keys if I want to. So that's all of that, and you just go through all of these different options in here and drag. Like if you want a option to align your centers horizontally, just take it and drag it up to your desktop wherever you want it. And that's how you customize Corel. You can also go into your color palettes and you can do some customization there. Wide borders, I'm going to actually put that on. How many palettes you want docked at one time, that's over there. Your secondary mouse button, what it'll be used for. And then down here, you're just going to do like general stuff for like your page size and all of that stuff. Your default color mode, all of that. So you'll go through all of that, and then once you go through all of that, you're going to click OK. I'm going to click cancel, and then you can go here, doop, 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 come on. You can go back up to tools, and then you can save that as your default settings. If you have more than one computer that you're working on, you can, after you save it, you can go into customization again, and under Workspace, you can export it, and then you can save it into, sometimes I export my Workspace. I have it saved so that if I want to share it with someone, people will ask me, hey, LaTawna, I want your Workspace, so I can give it to them that way. I may just load my Workspace up on my OneDrive or something like that for people to pull out, but that's how you go in and you customize everything. Now, I'm going to show you how to, well, no, I'll save that. No, I will. I'll go ahead and show you how to create a macro, um, how to do a macro, and hopefully my recorder won't freeze up as I'm doing this. So I'm just going to go up here to Tools, go down to Macros. It's very easy. Anything that you do all the time and you want Corel to do it, like for example, I'll probably end up going in and doing a macro to create a background, not a background, but an underbase. It's the same steps that you do every time, so you would just record it and just save it. So I'm going to do a macro now, and let's start recording. And I'm going to call this macro ladies, or yeah, ladies mock, and it's going to be Miss T's. Let's just go here and say female fitted crew, and that's what'll pop up on the top when we do it. So we're going to say okay. Now from this point on, this is recording everything I do. I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to use my shortcut to import, and I'm going to go in here, and I am looking in my documents. I've got a ladies women's mock-up that I want to use here. Let's see here if I can find it. And then two, maybe not. Where is it? Oh, I had this thing already in here. Okay. Oh, maybe it's on my desktop. Could have swore that I downloaded it. Okay, so I can't seem to find that. And I really want to pull it. I don't want to pull it from my OneDrive because it's going to be too hard on my computer. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to cancel this. And let me go up here and cancel this, and then I'll recreate it and start over. Cancel the recording. Maybe it's here. Nope. Okay. So let's go here and let me import it. And I actually need to import that under as a new file. Let's go here. Click here. Go to my OneDrive and find this. I know I saved this. There are all of my t-shirt mock-ups right here. So the one that I actually want is this one. So I'm just going to open this one up and then fix it, and then how I want it to open and all of that good stuff. And let's go here. Sorry about this, folks, but sometimes, you know. So when you're saving your mock-up, you only want to have available stuff that how you want it to come into your page. So I'm going to want this to come in as a 13 by 19 inch. That's going to be the page layout that I always work with, and then you can edit it in there. And I want, say I'm going to have this design come, this shirt over on this side, and I'll have this shirt open up over on this side, and then I'll just have this that one open up there. And then I'm going to take this and fit this to page and see how that looks to me. That should be fine. I work with a lot of black shirts, so I'm going to go ahead and make this shirt like a black, something that I would probably actually be printing a lot. So that way when I go to open it up, at least it's already black. I do a lot of black, and so I try to do my templates pretty much in whatever color that I design on a lot. So I like this. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's how I want that to open. I'm going to go here, I'm going to hit save. I'm going to save this as, it's a good thing that it didn't work, so I can show you exactly how to do this and set all of this up. Save this, and I want to save this on my desktop, in my documents as ladies mock-up. Ladies mock. That's what we'll save it as. So it's saved as ladies mock, and it's saved as a Corel 19. 19 is 2007, in case you didn't know. So let's go over here now, and let's go ahead. That's saved as ladies mock. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to record this macro. So now let's go in, let's start recording. Remember, and I got to put it in here again, ladies mock, and I'm going to put ladies fitted crew. Okay, and we're going to hit OK. Now we are recording. I'm going to go in, import. So what's happening right now is this is writing the code. So anything that we do right now, it's writing our code for us in the background. I'm going to hit import. And when this imports, instead of me clicking it, I'm just going to move this up, and I'm going to hit enter. That's going to make it go exactly where I want it to go. So every time it's going to open up just like this. And that's what we want. So I'm going to go back up to File. Yep. Go to Tools. Go to Macros. Unless I want to do something else here, I can go ahead and stop recording. So I'm going to stop recording. Okay. So now, I want to put this macro up here, but I've got to create an icon for it. So in order for me to create an icon, let's say I've got this image here, and let's go ahead and ungroup it. Let's say I got this image here, and I want this to be my t-shirt icon. So I would just delete all of this other stuff. This is going to be my t-shirt icon. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to export this image. All of this stuff is very important. So I'm going to export that, and I can put ladies. Lady icon. And I already actually have an icon there that I'm using, and I would hit save. Okay, so or export, and then it would export that into my pictures. But the one that I'm using is going to be green. I tend to go for the green, so I'm going to go up here now, and I'm going to go to customize, and I'm going to install my new little icon with my shortcut. Let's go here to command, and when we go to commands, we want to look for macros, because that's what we just created, was a macro, and let that work. And then I'm looking for recorded macro ladies. Now, remember I told you you could do a keyboard shortcut for that. And if I wanted to do a keyboard shortcut, I could make a shortcut and name it here. But what I want to do is I'm going to put a little icon there, and I'm going to hit browse, and I'm going to find my little ladies icon, which is going to be in my pictures. And I'm just going to hit L, and it should pull up ladiesicon.ico. So icons are always going to be the .ico file, and that'll pull that up. Whatever caption I want this to be, it's going to be ladies crew. Okay, and then so I've got that, and before I hit OK, I'm going to drag my ladies crew up here wherever I want it, and then I'm going to hit OK. Now I've got that mock-up there, and I'm going to go here to my tools, and I'm going to save that as default. I'm just going to get rid of this, and I'm going to show you that it's there. So now I'm going to run my macro. Boom! And it will pop up on my page. This is going to be our first lesson in macros. This is the first time I've ever showed anyone how to do that. Now when your macro pops up, just go ahead and hit to page, and it'll show. Okay, now you can go in and you can create, and you can do, you can pull in job forms, you could do all types of stuff with what I just showed you. The world is yours. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, because this is one of the most informative ones that I've really put out there to show you guys. So I hope you like it. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks.